And welcome to the New Hope Learning Center across from Cooper High School for Metro West Conference softball today. It's a matchup between the Bloomington Kennedy Eagles and the Robbinsdale Cooper Hawks. Each team coming in at one game under 500. Their second meeting of this season. Kennedy won the first one by a score of 6-0. I'm Jay Wilcox along with Jack Tebow, and a little bit of traffic trouble for the Kennedy Eagles, so they've kind of had to go into hurry-up mode once they got here later than expected and later than hoped for, and they've tried to get themselves warmed up and ready to go as quickly as possible here, Jack. And you look at Jim Mike, the third season as head coach. He was in the program for about 9 years for Kennedy, and he's hoping to get a season sweep of the Hawks here this afternoon if possible, as his Eagles have had a few postponements along the way like a lot of teams, so have got some games to make up, but they're at 3-4 right now, and they've got some decent pitching as well. And Jack Tebow, this be an interesting matchup here. You always look to see how a team responds that second time around when you've just played a team about 2 weeks ago like this.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a challenge because I keep wondering over the years, which team benefits by playing the other team? And I think hitters on both sides get to see the pitching from the other squad, so that gives them a plus. Now you've got. We're going to take a break here for the anthem.
Order, leading off this mess, number 2 in left field, lightning in a bottle.
Cooper getting set to be introduced to the crowd here. It's also Teacher Appreciation Day here at Cooper, so they were taking the opportunity to recognize some of their teachers. And I think it's more meaningful, too, when it's toward the end of the school year like this, on a spring sports. You've had a whole school year with some of their instructors and get a chance to honor them. That was a pretty nice thing, I think, for the staff here at Cooper.
I would agree. I think that's a great thing, acknowledging you have a favorite teacher. And at the end of the year when the benefits won't be there as much, right?
So the Hawks
number 8.
trying to get back to the 500 mark. Boy, they had a high-scoring battle that they lost to St. Louis Park on Wednesday. 17-15 was the score in that one. So they were able to put a lot of offense up, but Orioles put up just a little bit more and able to beat them.
All the hitters were happy.
Yeah, definitely an offensive showcase. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back with the start of today's game here in just a moment. It's Kennedy and Cooper softball.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You will also have access to our large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find us, go to the App Store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, now available on Apple TV, coming soon to Roku.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood? Or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. As life gets busier than ever, we will still offer you a connected community experience through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
You don't have to be so strong.
Strength is not optional. This is my mother, my purpose. Real muscle is lifting her spirits between bedpans and bad news from doctors that doubt her strength. Strength is buried in bills, managing meds, and swallowing those moments of, Mom, it's me, your daughter. Remember? My strength is super, but I'm still human, right?
Find support for your strength. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
And welcome back here as we get set for the start of this afternoon's ball game here between the Kennedy Eagles and the Cooper Hawks. Jay Wilcox, Jack Tebow with you here on a sunny afternoon, a little breezy, a little cool, but looks like at least for the start we should be good. There's a slight threat of showers, but from everything we've been told it probably won't be any kind of a washout kind of thing, so should be able to get this one in. And you know, we've seen the spring teams have had fewer sunny days than most years. It's not always been beautiful out, even the games they have gotten in. Here's a look at the lineup for Kennedy. Courtney Kopishki, the pitcher, will lead it off. Bella Fierro, the shortstop, batting second. Sammy Ohm in center field hits third. Ellie Baker at second base. Then Brenna Kopishki, the right fielder, was their other pitcher. Megan Phobie in left field, Olivia Spencer at first base, Carissa Wheeler at third, and Ava Morabito, the catcher, batting in the 9 slot for Kennedy. And Sarah Vandenberg's defense for the Cooper Hawks, Olivia Adams at third, Taylor Querum at short, Jerica Judge at second, Olivia Thomas at first base, Emma Jennings, Emma Freitag, and Sydney Dixon in the outfield. Claire Stromberg behind the plate, and in the circle, Laura Biener, longtime veteran pitcher for the Hawks, as Courtney Kopishki gets set to step in. Takes ball one low and away. Courtney hitting at .333 on the year, 4 for 12. Has a couple of walks drawn and has been hit by a couple of pitches as well. Slicing that one foul and out of play across 47th Avenue there.
It has been a brutal spring for scheduling games, no doubt about it. And then you've got playoffs starting in a couple weeks, 2.5 weeks.
Pops this one up. It's going to get out of play behind the Cooper dugout.
One of our balmiest days yet.
Although I got fooled, it's not as balmy as I thought with that wind. You sit down for a little bit and pretty soon it's getting cool out here already. Change up in the dirt there from Biener.
I've got my wind gear on.
2-2 count here to Kopishki. Able to lay off that one low and away, so full count now to the leadoff hitter for Kennedy in the top of the first, Kopishki.
This looks like Biener's kind of trying to work her away, it would seem.
In on the hands, popped up. This one should be playable, and the catch is made by the third baseman Adams, so in foul ground, 1 out. Recorded by Biener now as she's able to win the battle with Kopishki, and Bella Fierro will be the hitter now for Kennedy. She is hitting at .286 on the year. 6 hits and 21 at bats. 1 double. Has drawn 3 walks as well, knocked in a couple. Looks at that one at the knees for a strike.
Strong wind from right field coming in. Flag is getting starched up there, so anything hit to right's gonna die pretty quickly.
Yeah, this is a park where you definitely see some home runs on occasion. It'll be interesting to see how much that wind will aid the pitchers or affect, you know, how long some of these fly balls might go. Over the outside corner for a strike. And that one over the outside corner as well, and Fierro looking at strike 3, so 2 gone here in the top of the first. And Sammy Ohm will be the hitter. Look at that pitch.
appear we're using the entire plate today.
Ohm has had a good start to the season, 389 average. Hits this one foul down third baseline. She also walked 3 times, so been on base at a 476 clip so far. That's pretty decent.
Impressive.
Just missed with that one. 1 and 2. And upstairs with that one now, 2 and 2. Beener trying to work a clean first inning. She's retired the first 2 hitters, but Ohm looking to get something started with 2 outs here for Kennedy. And outside with that one. So the count will run full now.
So Beener's gone full on 2 of the 3 hitters so far. First inning. Haven't warmed up yet.
And that one is up high for a ball, and Ohm will work a 2-out walk here. First base runner of the game for Kennedy, and Ellie Baker will be the batter. Baker, a couple of hits in 15 at-bats this year. 1 run batted in. But obviously, having her in the 4 spot, they kind of, must have pretty good respect for her as a hitter, even though she hasn't had a real fast start on the varsity level. Pitch is a strike, runner bluffs, but Ohm will retreat to first. And that one hangs up high. That one nips the outside corner, and it's 1 and 2. Pops that one back foul into the backstop. So Baker staying alive in there.
With that 1 and 2 count, you might start thinking about sending Ohm down, but worst case, if she's thrown out, you've got Baker leading off next inning.
She is going, pitch is way outside, and that throw is going to get into center field and easily stolen there. That was a tough ball, really, for the catcher, Stromberg. She had to really reach out to backhand it outside. And you see the throw down, actually wasn't too bad, but shortstop was, Queerum kind of had her eye on the runner a little bit there. Rip and a miss, and Baker down on strikes. So Beener gets out of a mini jam there in the top of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left aboard for Kennedy. So we've completed 1/2 inning, and it's 0-0 as you get a look at Baker kind of chasing one up and out. And as Jack said, looks like a pretty big strike zone today, so you got to be protecting. And Baker, I don't think you can fault her for that. So Cooper will get their first opportunity with the bats. As we said, a new head coach this year, Sarah Vandenberg. Has been coaching in the Chicago area the last 5 seasons, and she was a pitcher at St. Olaf. So moving to Minnesota here, an Iowa native, but now in her first year in this Cooper program, and new to the program. It's been a long time since they had a coach who wasn't, kind of homegrown within the program, and so she's come in and she likes the work ethic of her team, she said, and they really focus a lot on the mental part of the game. They, every day at practice they kind of focus on what you can do mentally and situational kind of things and staying positive. If you're having a rough game, pick up your teammate by being positive with them. And here's the lineup that Cooper will send to the plate. Emma Jennings, the left fielder, leads it off. Then it's the pitcher, Laura Beener. Olivia Thomas at first base. Taylor Queerum at short. Amaya Enna, the designated player. Then it's Claire Stromberg catching. Emma Freitag in center. Sydney Dixon, the right fielder. And Olivia Adams The third baseman hits in the number 9 spot for Cooper, and the defensive alignment for Kennedy is Wheeler, Fierro, Baker, and Spencer around the infield. Phobie, Ohm, and Brenna Kopishki in the outfield. Morabito catching, and the lefty Courtney Kopishki doing the pitching today. A 3-4 record this year, and a 1.57 earned run average. Pitch is over for a strike. She's worked 40 innings, allowed 30 hits, 19 walks, 73 strikeouts. That's not a bad ratio.
Yeah, she's definitely a strikeout pitcher.
One shutout this year, which I believe would have been the win over Cooper the first time around. So, and a tall and lanky, good pace on her pitches, but also good movement. That one just missed away as she tried to get Emma Jennings to chase.
I think you'll see a little more velocity with her than you would with most of our high school pitchers. She seems a little quicker.
And fouled away down the first base line. And I always feel like, too, the pitchers that are, a little taller kind of look more intimidating. I mean, you feel like they're stepping halfway to the plate when they're coming at you. We're just about right behind home plate right now, and she looks intimidating.
And left-handed.
Yes, that's another thing you don't see a ton of. Just high with that one.
Mm-hmm.
And a rip and a miss, and Jennings down on strikes here to start the bottom of the first. And now Laura Biener will step up for Cooper.
Laura Biener.
Came up in the zone a little bit. Maybe chased it just a bit.
Yeah, although I'd maintain that ball was probably not out of the strike zone based on the rule. It was across at the Hawks, although the previous pitch had been called a ball. Biener, besides being a good pitcher for the Hawks, has got a pretty potent bat. I was here a couple weeks back and saw them beat Southwest, and she homered early in the game to get them started and then had a double after that as well. So she's definitely somebody who is capable of hitting the ball deep.
She sets up well. She's the midpoint of the box. Good eye.
2-1 count there. Is that one just missing from Kopishki? Olivia Thomas waiting on deck here for Cooper. Back through the middle, off Kopishki's glove. Going to be a tough play. The flip to first base, not in time, and an infield hit for Laura Biener. So she'll have a single with one out, and Olivia Thomas will be the hitter. Kopishki knocking it down, but it was pretty hard. He had a tough ball for her there, and then you see the pickup and the flip not in time.
It was kind of in the hands, and so it wasn't hit real hard. And then the deflections slowed it down even more.
Olivia Thomas takes a strike, so base hit for Biener, and they will not run for her. They will keep her in the game. Thomas, number 3 hitter for the Hawks here, trying to push her teammate around, swing and a miss there.
Baker was back a little bit, and she had a lot of ground to cover to get a slow rolling ball to get Biener out.
And on 3 pitches, Thomas sent back to the dugout as Kopishki blows her away. So 2 gone, and Taylor Quirum will be the batter.
Quirum.
Good pitch. Kept it away from our hitter.
And that one in on the hands, and Quirum, defensive swing there, swing and a miss. A 1-1. That one right over the heart of the plate for a strike. Graham trying to keep the inning alive here. Just outside with that one.
Barely missed. Good eye by Quirm.
And a cut and a miss and down on strike. So Kopishki strikes out the side with the infield single from Biener mixed in. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left aboard. We've played an inning, and it's 0-0 Kennedy and Cooper here on CCX.
Let me tell you about the toughest guy on earth. He has the crazy strength to lift the man that raised him up without even flinching. This guy, no, this warrior, will always be by his father's side, even if his dad will hardly remember. If this guy isn't the toughest guy on the planet, then I don't know who is. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Laura Biener getting set for the inning number 2 here, as Kennedy will have their 5, 6, 7 spots due to bat. Brenna Kopishki, Megan Phobie, and Olivia Spencer will hit. 0-0 ball game here so far. Brenna Kopishki is hitting .286. This had 7 at bat so far, 2 for 7.
Leading off the second for the Eagles, number 5, Brenna Kopishki.
Brenna is our pitcher, Courtney Kopishki's younger sister.
Pops this one back into the screen. Well, you always feel like younger brothers or sisters a lot of times are pretty good players because they grow up playing with their older sibling, being around their friends, being at the diamond all the time.
I know that's the case on many, many younger siblings. The osmosis piece grows them up a little bit quicker.
Able to lay off that one up high. 2 balls and a strike. And missed outside with that one, so 3-1 count here to Brenna Kopishki leading off the second. And outside and draws a walk. So 2 walks given up by Biener so far early in the ball game here. And Megan Phobie will be the batter here for Kennedy.
Now we're going to get a kind of a little tip-off here of what game Coach Light thinks it's going to be. If it's going to be a 1-2 run game, he might have her bunting our runner down.
Squared, but took it for a ball. So 1-0. And Phobie so far this year, 2 for 12 as a hitter. Squared, but takes it as a strike, so 1-1. And does get a very good bunt down. Throw to first is dropped. And there'll be runners at the corners as Kopishki goes all the way around to third. Phobie is aboard. Error on the first baseman there. Unable to catch that throw because it was a tough play, but they had her if she catches that, and she just didn't do it.
That was a really good bunt.
I'm sorry, not the first baseman, the second baseman over covering. So E4. 2 on, nobody out. Olivia Spencer is the hitter. Cut and a miss. Runner from first is going. They will watch her go, and Phobie in at second as they throw down to third. Spencer on the year, has only had 3 at-bats and has done well, 2 for 3.
I'll take that average.
Looks at that one down and away, 1-1. So great chance for Kennedy to get on the board. 2nd and 3rd, nobody out here in the top of the 2nd. Cooper electing to keep the infield back. There's a strike.
Came back inside.
Yeah, she definitely was leaning toward outside and was kind of startled by that one on the inside part. So good spot, good location for Beener there. And this one lifted to center field. It's short, catch is made, and no chance for the runners to move up. It was actually, by the time that wind knocked it down, it was barely on the outfield grass as Freitag came in to make the catch.
I think Freitag was sort of drifting in, and then all of a sudden she noticed that the wind was pushing it and had to sprint a little to get that ball.
I have to admit, off the bat, I'm thinking to myself, this could be a sac fly, but boy, by the time it finally made its way into her glove, she was nearly on the dirt. There's a strike taken by Wheeler. Carissa Wheeler, the third baseman here for Kennedy. Wheeler has gone 1 for 5 as a hitter so far this year. Still a great opportunity, but now 1 out. 2nd and 3rd here for the Eagles. And trying to lay down a bunt, but instead fouls it away.
Wheeler's got a good opportunity here, 1 out. Runners on 2nd and 3rd, both in the scoring position.
Outside with that one. You'd figure the bunt probably not in play anymore with 2 strikes. But now 1 and 2 count. And again, Cooper's infield back in the middle spots. And another one down low, 2 and 2.
Yeah, anything up the middle beyond the pitcher is going to score a run.
In on the hands and fouled into the Kennedy dugout. Sent him scrambling there, although obviously wasn't going very fast at that point as she kind of lofted it over that protective fence in front of the dugout.
Beener came on her hands that time.
In the dirt, nice stop. This is a spot where as a pitcher, boy, you could really use a strikeout, where you just don't allow them to put it in play and create any kind of stress for your defense. 3-2 count here to Wheeler. Down to short, it's bobbled there. The throw to first base is not in time. However, the runners stayed put, so the bases will be loaded up. Another error on the Hawks there as Queerum, the shortstop, not able to get it. So 2 errors in the inning, but I'm shocked that Kennedy didn't score the run here.
Number 14.
Maybe a runner was holding a little bit to see if it was going to be caught in the air.
Yeah, better safe than sorry, I guess, in that spot. Yeah, there was, that slight chance maybe that it would be. So Eva Morabito will bat now with the bases full here for the Eagles. Takes a first pitch strike.
Now you've got Cooper's infield moving in, going for the force. Hard hit ball into the catcher. Could potentially be a double play ball.
Low at that one. 1-1. Beener's walked a couple and at times has had a little bit of trouble throwing strikes, so that's something to keep an eye on too. Obviously we don't have anywhere to put the hitter here. The base is full. And that one misses. 2-1.
I think it's always hitter's advantage normally in this situation because you can't put her anywhere. Pitcher sometimes starts aiming a little bit.
And missed with that one. So 3-1 count here. Base is full for Kennedy, and it's a number 9 hitter too. So if you're Cooper, you really like to come at her and throw strikes. And this one knocked out to center. It's going to be in for a base hit. There might be a force play at third to be had, but the throw is low, and everyone's safe. Bases will stay loaded. Kopishki scores. It's a single and an RBI for Morabito. No error on the play since he couldn't assume an out at third here. It would have been close, but so single and an RBI, no error. Bases full here for Kennedy. Still, it's 1-0 Eagles, and Courtney Kopishki steps in. And she drills this one a long way out to center field, and it's a home run. A grand slam off the CCX truck. And Courtney Kopishki, one swing. While I was talking about fly balls maybe being knocked down, that one was more of a liner, and it got out in a hurry. Kennedy quickly going up now, 5-0.
Pitch got up, so gave her a little extra space to get under that ball, and a little bit of the wind help as well, don't you think?
Yeah, it certainly may have. So a 5-0 lead, and Bella Fierro will be the batter for Kennedy, and fouls that first pitch straight back. We'll have to check for dents there in the B unit out there.
How's the insurance?
Pitch up high, taken for a ball. Fierro was called out on strikes her first time up. Ooh, chase that one up and out of the zone.
Those up pitches always look attractive to a hitter. You get to see the entire one half side of the ball coming in.
And a rip and a miss, and Fierro down on strikes for the second time. Second out in the inning now, and Ohm will be the batter. Boy, all these runs are going to be unearned against Biener because of those two early errors in the inning. That one way up high. Ohm walked her first time and lines this one, and it'll drop in for a hit and left. Sammy Ohm restarting the rally here with 2 outs for Kennedy as she knocks a single into left field. Did a nice job of just, didn't crush this ball, but just kind of turned her wrist and flicked it into left field. And Ellie Baker will bat. Takes it up high for a ball. Ohm.
Kennedy will have batted around now.
Yep, ninth hitter to come to the plate in this inning. Baker struck out. You see her first time up. There's a strike, but a breakthrough second inning here for Kennedy. A couple errors helped him out, but then the nice base hit by Morabito, and followed by the Courtney Kopishki grand slam off the CCX van out there. Ball, runner going, and the throw actually hit Ohm, I think, but was not going to be nearly in time anyway, so a stolen base there for Sammy Ohm. Cooper's had, I think, a little bit of trouble getting to where they need to be on receiving these, too.
Stromberg had a fairly quick release and got the ball down there.
There's a strike.
I think it would be better if somebody could have been there to receive it.
Yeah, and the problem is, too, they're, where they're playing defensively, they're using Biener kind of as a middle infielder, and they're spread apart at short and second. It's a long run to get there. And that's a called third strike. Baker caught looking, but it's a huge inning for Kennedy. So they come up with 5 runs in the inning on 3 base hits, a couple of costly errors for the Hawks, and 1 left aboard. We go to the bottom of 2. It's 5-0 Kennedy.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Courtney Kopishki, an impressive first inning as a pitcher, allowed an infield single but struck out the other 3 hitters she saw, and just as impressive and maybe more so as a hitter as she came up and pounded a grand slam there in the top of the second.
Do I have to do it all?
Yeah. It's kind of fun to see that, in softball where they're some of the pitchers are still the better hitters too. Anna will be the hitter here, leading off the second, the designated player for the Hawks. And a cut and a miss. So they've got a little bit of work to do, try and get back into this one here to the Hawks. That one is over the outside part of the plate for strike 2.
Looks like Kopishki's starting to get her rhythm a little bit.
She spins the ball nicely too. I mean, it just gives you that little bit of indecision on where that ball is going, if it's going to tail off or maybe come toward you. There's a rip and a miss, and Anna down on strikes. 4 strikeouts of the 4 outs she's gotten. And Claire Stromberg will be the batter now for Cooper. Cut and a miss. She's late on that one.
Immediately getting ahead, right?
Yeah,
and then you can kind of start working, stretching the zone out a little bit.
Fouled away, and when you get that early lead, I don't mean you want to start just grooving them over the middle of the play, but I think it gives you a little confidence that it's not the end of the world if they get a base hit on you too. That's so right. You can kind of attack early in the count.
Hey, you can start kind of a pitch to contact mentality, I guess.
Cut and a miss, and Stromberg down on strikes.
Here's a good example of expanding the strike zone.
Laser beams and bullets.
You get up on that 0-2. Now, if you look out, she reaches out for that pitch to try to protect the plate with 2 strikes.
Freitag is the batter. And that one right over at the knees for strike 1. Kopishki really dealing so far here. She's looked pretty dominant. 5 outs, 5 strikeouts. There's another one.
Her last 4 hitters she's faced is she's had the first strike pitch.
Outside with that one.
Hitting instructors will say that the first pitch is not critical, but the second one seems to be the one as a hitter that you really want to zero in on.
Rip and a miss, and Freitag down on strike. She fans the side. And so the Hawks in the second, no runs, no hits, and no one left. We've finished 2 innings. It's 5-0 Kennedy here on CCX Sports.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
And welcome back to the New Hope Learning Center across the street from Cooper High School. Along with Jack Tebow, I'm Jay Wilcox. Rough start for the home team, though. Cooper trailing Kennedy 5-0 as Kennedy gets set to bat in the third against Laura Biener, the Hawks pitcher. It'll be Brinna Kopishki, Megan Phobie, and Olivia Spencer, the 5, 6, 7 hitters, getting set to step up for Kennedy as they had an impressive second inning, again aided by a couple of errors by Cooper, But the home run by Courtney Kopishki was certainly the big shot as she drilled one off our CCX truck out there in center.
Yeah, I'm sure, Biener had a little tough inning, had to throw 5 outs. So it weighs on the pitcher's psyche to recover after something like that happens.
Cut and a miss there. Brenna Kopicki walked last inning. She led off the inning with a walk, and ultimately it led to a good inning. As you see, she scored a run, the first run, and then her sister later followed with that grand slam. Foul tip there. Yeah, it's the kind of thing where if you're Biener, you kind of got to wipe the slate clean now. She's been through it as a high school pitcher. She's had games where she really shut the other team down. She's had games where she's given up a fair amount of runs and everything in between. So she's seen it all, and you just have to kind of shake it off and go back and start over the next inning.
Yeah, probably deserves better, right? And has actually kept the ball mostly around the zone. Has had 2 walks, but pitches have been relatively close.
And a cut and a miss. Brenna Kopishki down on strikes. That is strikeout number 5 for Biener. So both pitchers have been able to get swings and misses. Megan Phobie will be the batter now for Kennedy, and she chases one up and out of the zone. She reached down an error last time up as she bunted, and then the throw to first was going to be in time to get her, but was dropped. Tapper to second, and that one is going to get through. I'm going to call that an error. She didn't get a glove on it, but that was not terribly difficult play, I don't think so.
26.
Scored as an E4, and Olivia Spencer will be the hitter. Spencer flied to center field her first time up. I know some will say if they don't get a glove on, it's not an error, but I just don't buy that line of thinking. That ball was close enough that it should have been fielded. Two 2-0 count here. Fouling that one back. Runner was going from first, too. Well, at least so far, Jack, it doesn't look like the late arrival has hurt Kennedy. They seem to be pretty ready to go.
I was surprised at that as well. I think their warm-up time was 25 minutes, roughly.
Yeah, if that. And
nice change.
Cut and a miss as Biener coming with that nice change-up. So 2-2.
Looking down for signal. See if we have a runner moving. 2 strikes.
She is going. Pitch is high, and the throw not going to quite be in time. And it's a stolen base for Phobie.
You probably would hope that Quirm would have like another step, one more step toward the right field side.
Strikeout as Spencer swings and misses for out number 2, and Carissa Wheeler will be the batter.
TV timeout.
Wheeler reached down an error her first time up and scored a run. There's a strike.
You're going to go up and in.
Got it in on her hands and fouled away down the third base line. So Biener trying to strike out the side around that error, so Wheeler down on the count 0-2. Way outside with that one.
Now possibly with that change on the outside, may come back in with a fastball. No.
Dismissed there. Runner was going, and the Hawks did not realize it, so Phobia will take third. Not much talk there. I didn't hear from back here anyway. Stromberg wasn't given the alert that your runner was moving.
Good take by Wheeler.
And outside with that one. Count will run full. And a cut and a miss. Wheeler down on strikes, so Beener strikes out the side. No runs, no hits. There was one Cooper error and one left aboard. We go to the bottom half of the third, and Kennedy leading at 5-0.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool.
To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
And welcome back here to New Hope as Courtney Kopishki completing her warm-up pitches for the bottom half of the third as Cooper trying to battle back from a 5-0 deficit. And Kopishki has struck out 6 of the 7 hitters she's faced so far. Laura Beener had an infield single off of Kopishki's glove, but other than that, everybody that's come up has struck out. Sydney Dixon will try and change that here. It's the 8, 9, and 1 spots for Cooper here in the third. Dixon, the right fielder, batting number 8. Cut and a miss.
Looks like Kopishki is continuing to kind of work up in the zone.
Another rip and a miss. Got to be a good feeling as a pitcher when you know you can, kind of throw the ball with enough stuff that they're going to have trouble catching up to it, even if it's right over the plate. And a rip and a miss there. Got Dixon the chase, and there again, when you talk about getting ahead in the count, now Dixon's kind of feeling like I need to swing at almost anything. And that one was clearly going to be a ball if she'd let it go. But
yeah, especially when a pitcher is moving the ball around the plate and that they're seeing different level, different sides of the zone. It creates a little more stress in the hitter.
Olivia Adams is the hitter. Cut and a miss.
Well, I could be wrong here, but I think it's 5 first pitch strikes in a row. Actually 6.
Took that one up high for a ball. Good eye there by Adams. I think Cooper's doing the right thing in terms of, being aggressive, trying to make contact with the pitches. They just, for the most part, haven't been able to do it.
If your hitters are aware that first pitch is coming in, you have to kind of go into a hitter's pitch mentality for that 0-0 pitch. Turn it into a hitter's pitch, and if it's in your zone or where you think you like it, then you have to take a rip at it.
Missed outside with that one, so 2-2 now to Adams with Emma Jennings, the on-deck batter for Cooper. In on the hands and fouls that one into the backstop. One of the few times that I've seen Courtney shake off their catcher, actually. They're getting the signals from the bench, which a lot of teams do, and that was one of the last time was one of the few times that she did not throw what they had originally called. Change up there.
I usually tell my pitchers when I'm sending signals in that they're the end of the line, and if they don't like that, do shake it off. pitcher may just not feel comfortable with that pitch.
Little tapper here, put in play. Flip to first base, just barely in time. Kind of a slow throw, but they get it done, as it looked like it was maybe possibly Spencer had a little trouble getting it out of her glove, because she actually took quite a while to get rid of this. Yeah, did what she needed to there. You don't put it in the, it doesn't matter if it's by a half step or by 2 steps. She got the out, which was good. So Emma Jennings will be the hitter. And looks at that one for a ball, as Kopishki, I think, wanted that call but didn't get it. Jennings a strikeout victim her first time up. Squares around but takes it for a strike, so now 1-1.
If you have a strikeout pitcher, sometimes that kind of plays against your defense, especially your infielders. Kind of getting a little bit hard to keep concentration, and then all of a sudden it's a play. We've got to go. And so sometimes it could be problematic.
That one slipped out of Kopishki's hand and bounced about halfway there, but no harm done. A little smile from her. 2-1. Slicing it foul. Hopefully no workers still over there. They're doing some work around the water tower here behind the field. That one got over there in a hurry. And over the outside corner for a called third strike. And the Hawks are done in the third as they go 1, 2, 3. We've completed 3 innings. It's Kennedy 5 and Cooper nothing.
Kennedy 5 and your Cooper Hawks 0.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
And we head to inning number 4 here from New Hope. Bloomington Kennedy 5, Robbinsdale Cooper nothing so far here, as the Eagles will have the 9, 1, and 2 hitters up. And a fair number of strikeouts in this one so far, as Biener has fanned 7 Kennedy hitters already. And on the other side of the coin, 8 of the 9 outs are via strikeout for Kopishki. So the difference is Cooper's had a little bit of trouble in the field, and then obviously the big home run ball too from Courtney Kopishki. So we sit at 5-zip. Morabito had an RBI single her first time up, and she will come up here in the 4th. I think it was a good bounce back inning though for Biener and the Cooper defense in the 3rd. After they gave up that 5-run inning, they were able to get a 0 on the board the next frame, which is good. You don't want the other team to just feel like they're going to keep the ball rolling and everybody's going to hit.
Right.
Fouling that one back right in on the hands.
Today with this cold weather.
I know, I was looking, I thought, Ava, I'll be surprised if she's not shaking her hands a little bit after that one, but it seemed to not do any damage. Way up high with that one.
Yeah, with this cold weather, thing to do, go back in, right? Hands are still stinging. Here comes another inside pitch. Did our man in blue have a little twitch there?
I was thinking him, and I wouldn't have been surprised if the arm had come up. 2-2. Driven to right field. Could be a play at first, and not going to be in time. It's a base hit for Morabito here to lead off the 4th, and so she is now 2 for 2 as the number 9 hitter in their order. And here comes Courtney Kopishki. Obviously, in fast pitch, it's not terribly unusual to see a right fielder throw somebody out at first, but didn't quite get it in time there. Kopishki last time went deep. Grand slam. Fouls this one away.
I think that's got to be probably the most frustrating piece for a hitter. Rip one hard between first and second, thrown out by the right fielder. As a coach, I always see that and I go,
Although it does give you a good reminder that you got to be running right out of the box right away too. It can happen even if you do hustle, though, obviously, if it's a hard one hopper, but it's one thing I had to get used to kind of growing up with baseball. You just don't see that in baseball. Maybe once in
rarely,
very long time. Popped up foul, and it's going to get near the fence there, and no chance for the Hawks on that one.
Over the years, I know there's been baseball coaches that come in and start coaching fast pitch. And it's still a play they have a hard time getting used to initially.
Yeah. This one is popped up. Be playable here and caught by Quirum. So out number one is Beener, not afraid to come at Kopishki, even though she homered last time around and gets the out. So Bella Fierro will be the batter. Got underneath this one a little bit. And obviously on a day like today, it's not gale force wind, but there's enough wind that anything.
It's no gimme.
In the air, you got to keep concentrating for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Fierro hits this one to short. Quirum is up with it, flips over to second for the force play. And there'll be a runner at first with 2 outs.
Judge
now.
made a nice snag to keep the out over at second on the force.
Number 3, Sammy Ohm.
So Fierro had struck out her first couple times, this time aboard on the fielder's choice. Yeah, the flip was just a little bit low there, and she did a good job to stay with it. Sammy Ohm is the batter, and this is a foul ball. Didn't really mean to swing, but got the bat on it, so runner was going, Fierro.
Ohm hit the ball hard last time up into the left center gap.
And walked her first time, so she's been aboard twice. Outside runner is going, throw down, not quite handled and not going to be in time anyway as Fierro swipes second. I think they're feeling pretty good about their ability to steal bases now.
Stromberg is getting rid of that ball quickly. Watch, she doesn't take a long time to get rid of it. So she can work on that skill set a little bit and increase that as an asset in her future, I believe.
Ohm lifting one to center, and it's going to hang up and be playable there for free tag. And so Ohm is out, and so are the Eagles in the fourth. No runs, 1 base hit. No Cooper errors, and 1 left aboard. We head to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Kennedy's still leading at 5-0. And welcome back here to New Hope Learning Center. There's Sarah Vandenberg, the new softball coach at Cooper High School this year. Her team trailing it by a score of 5-0, but they've kind of settled things down. It was really all the runs came in 1 inning for Kennedy, and aside from that, we've been relatively even. But obviously, that one big inning counts a lot. Especially, you got a really good pitcher out there, Courtney Kopishki.
It was kind of a bit of a blitzkrieg that inning. All of a sudden, here goes 4 with 1 stroke.
Laura Beener, the hitter, she has the only hit for Cooper, has been the only base runner for Cooper, as she bounced one back at the pitcher, and it was off Kopishki's glove, and then she beat the throw of the second baseman. So an infield hit for Beener. The 0-1 is a changeup, and Beener takes it for a ball, 1-1.
That's a good pitch, even though it's not a strike. Gives Beener a little something else to think about. Changes the stride just slightly on a fastball now.
There's a good pitch outside corner at the knees. Ooh, a changeup, and that's off Kopishki's foot, and it'll be the second infield hit of the game for Beener. She was ready for the change and hits it hard off Courtney's foot. Let's hope she's all right. It
13,
seems like she is.
Olivia Thomas.
Got her on the left foot, and then really no chance to get an out at that point. So Beener aboard for the second time, and Olivia Thomas will bat. There's a strike.
Apparently she's not hurt too bad.
No, it's a good thing. I mean, you know how that is. Sometimes you get hit by a ball, and if it doesn't hit you in a bad spot, this stings a little, no problem. But other times, you know, it might hit you right on the ankle bone or shin bone or create a problem. I think Courtney probably thinking, too, I shouldn't have come with another changeup to that same hitter.
Mm-hmm.
She's ahead in the count quickly here against Thomas, though. And that one taken just high, 1-2.
Morabito checking for a signal. Sets herself inside.
Rip and a miss, and Thomas down on strikes for the second straight time, and now Taylor Quirum will be the batter here
15,
for Cooper.
Taylor Quirum.
Obviously, Kopishki not rattled by that ball hit off her foot. She just comes back and calmly strikes out the next hitter. Quirum also a strikeout victim her first time up. Lays off that one up and out of the zone, so 1-0. And a rip and a miss on a pitch on the inner part, 1-1. And that one taken for a ball up high. But it's been rare, really, that Kopishki's even, trailed in the count, been behind in the count ever. 2-1 here. There's a strike, and now 2-2.
Yeah, good point. She had a streak of about 7 or 8 first pitch strikes.
And that one down low, so full count. She has not walked a batter yet, and this got to be one of the very few. It might be the first 3-ball count even today.
You are correct, sir.
And there's a called third strike, so she comes back to get Taylor Quirum looking. Out number 2, and Anna will be the hitter.
Pulls the string on her.
Yeah, pretty clear cut strike
and
there,
in a good
too.
spot, too, right?
Yeah, even the hitter knows that one's going to be rung up. Anna was a strikeout victim her first time through as well. Puts this one in play, but scooped up. Flip over to first, and Anna is out 3-4 on the putout. The Hawks are done in the fourth. No runs, 1 base hit. No errors, and 1 left aboard. After 4 innings full, it's Kennedy 5 and Cooper nothing.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Work going on the New Hope Water Tower there right behind the field as Cooper and Kennedy battle it out here. Seemed like a pretty warm afternoon when we were pulling up to the game. Not quite as much now as the wind has been strong and the sun going behind the clouds for a good chunk of the game here. But Ellie Baker, Brenna Kropishki, and Megan Phobie will hit in the 5th for Kennedy, barring any pinch hitters, that is, as they try and build on a 5-0 lead. Again, all 5 of the runs came in the 2nd inning for Kennedy, capped by a grand slam by Courtney Kropishki, their pitcher. We have decided we will not be sending Courtney a bill for denting our CCX truck out there.
Off the top of the 5th for the Eagles, number 13, Ellie Baker.
Ellie Baker's going to try to break her streak now after 2 Ks.
Yeah, you feel like you want to get in on the fun if you're, the hitter in the lineup. Some of your teammates are doing some things, and she's the cleanup hitter, but has struck out both times up. And again, Biener has been pretty good today, too. They had a little bit of shaky D behind her that's kind of led to that big inning, certainly, too. I mean, the home run, that was legit. That was just crushed.
Can't take that one away. Wasn't a cheap home run.
No, a hard line drive to left center. Called strike there as she comes on the inner part of the plate. Fought that one off in on the hands and stays alive there, does Baker.
That was a good spot for that pitch. Looks like Baker might be a little susceptible to that up and in pitch. Her hands are a little below the strike zone when she brings them through.
And another one that she has to fight off.
Good spot by Biener. Good at bat. Good struggle here for her. Good work.
That one way up high and out of the zone. 2-2 now to Ellie Baker. Fights it off again. Another 2-2 here from Biener, and this one is pounded fouled on the third base line.
Baker's having a good at bat here, keeping the balls in play, fighting off strikes. See if she can get her pitch to smoke.
And a rip and a miss as she came back inside. So 3 strikeouts now by Baker. And Brenna Kropishki will be the batter here for Kennedy.
Comes back in. Good spot by Biener.
Rip and a miss here by Brenna Kropishki, who's had a walk and a strikeout her first 2 times up. Inside with that one. So Biener's had to work. You see the pitch count over 100 for her now, and been a fair amount of deep counts for a lot of these hitters, and she doesn't work especially fast out there either. Takes that one up high for a ball.
That's a fair amount of pitches, and we're not finished with the 5th inning.
Rip and a miss. I think pitch counts mean a lot different things, though, as softball compared to baseball. I mean, it's not terribly unusual to see a pitcher throw, 3 games in a row or something like that in a tournament fast pitch.
I think the mentality has changed a little bit because you're seeing, pitchers were originally kind of a fastball changeup. Didn't put a lot of stress on that shoulder. Now we're seeing screwballs, we're seeing rise balls, we're seeing curves and drops, and there has been a lot of dialogue with college coaches, particularly about watching their pitch counts. And I know, with that said, we've seen championship games where the pitcher in the circles had 170 pitches, but there has been conversations, especially for the younger pitcher.
Lifted up and going to be playable and caught there by Judge, the second baseman. So 2 gone now, and Phobie will be the batter here for Kennedy.
Megan Phobie.
A lot of times with that younger pitcher, they're not really, from the standpoint of even a muscular situation, prepared to handle some of the stress that is caused by the pitching motion. And you start seeing some stress fractures in the neck and upper spine.
Taken for a ball inside there. Biener's not yet had a 1-2-3 inning, hoping to change that here in the top of the 5th. Fouled away at the plate.
She's been throwing some really good pitches lately. She's spotting the ball pretty well, moving it around, showing different eye levels to the hitter.
And this one going to be an infield hit there as Adams reaching for it. Might have got the tip of her glove on him, but that'll be a base hit. And so a 2-out runner here for Kennedy as Spencer will get set to step up.
Ooh, there it was, very close.
Couldn't quite squeeze that ball, and then the throw to first, obviously not in time. So we'll score that when he hits. Spencer 0 for 2 as she steps in. Flied to center first time up, and then last time a strikeout victim against Biener. Strike, runner is going, and that throw into the runner and safely in as Phobie. That time the throw definitely to the first base side. Spencer fouling it back out of play. Misses low with that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes here to the Kennedy first baseman Spencer, batting with a runner at second and 2 outs here in the 5th. In the dirt there. Count will run full now to Spencer. And a cut and a miss, and down on strikes goes Spencer. So Biener gets out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left aboard there for Kennedy in the 5th. We head to the bottom half of inning number 5. It's still 5-0 Eagles.
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably going to turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
We head to the bottom of the 5th inning as Courtney Kopishki completing her warm-up tosses for Kennedy. She's just allowed 2 base hits, both of them infield hits off of her glove on one and her foot on the other by Laura Biener, the Cooper pitcher. Other than that, she's pretty much mowed through the Hawks. Stromberg, Freitag, and Dixon, the scheduled batters here in the 5th.
Blair Stromberg.
Stromberg, a strikeout victim, her first time up, will lead off this 5th inning. Knocks that one back into the backstop. Foul tip on that one. Hits it to third. It's a fair ball. Throw across is in time. Nice to have a tall first baseman there too to throw to, as Spencer maybe didn't quite have to jump, but had to reach up for that one a little bit, as Wheeler able to throw her out. This is not a real easy play right on the line, but they get the out. Especially, too, what you said earlier, Jack, is they haven't been that busy in the field because there have been so many strikeouts. Kind of impressive to be ready to make a play like that.
Wheeler showed good arm strength on that play because it was a slow roller and a long throw across and a tall first base person.
Freitag, a strikeout victim, her first time up. Outside with that one. Juno count here to the Hawks center fielder. And now 3-0. Kopishki has not walked a hitter in the game. There's a strike. Emma was taking all the way there, as you probably expect. They haven't had much for base runners in this one. It was 3-0. Now 3-1. And 3-2 as she rips and misses at that one. Liner, and that one's going to be in for a base hit as Freitag delivers a single on a 3-2 pitch. Just had enough to get that one out over the head of the shortstop, Fierro.
For the Hawks, number 8. Sydney Dixon.
And Sydney Dixon will bat. Nice job of being ready for that one and just got it up and over.
Just another couple inches of vertical. Happy to have that one.
Dixon swings and misses. She was a strikeout victim her first time up, and that's, as we said, been kind of a common theme in today's game really for both teams. A lot of Ks.
So Kopishki started out with a change on her first pitch and got Dixon out in front of herself there a little bit.
Cut and a miss. Missed with that one, 1-2. And a swing and a miss, and Dixon down on strikes. That is out number 2.
Number 3, the OA.
11 strikeouts now for Kopishki, as Olivia Adams will step up.
That pitch really tied Dixon up. Dixon kind of collapsed with her foundation front side leg and backside, and it was a lower pitch. So that was a good pitch for her.
Adams did not strike out anyway the first time up, put the ball in play, but grounded out on the first base side there, so 0 for 1. Swing and a miss here.
It's not dramatic, but it seems like Kopishki's starting to fall behind on her pitch count a little bit. Where she had that great streak of first pitch strikes, she's been a little bit erratic, not dramatic. Like I said, not dramatically, but when you're in a zone like that.
1-2 pitch coming here to Adams. Just missed outside. 2-2. Out in front of that one and drills it way foul. Kopishki wants him to run through the signs again here. 2-2 pitch to Olivia Adams, and ooh, look out. Dangerous spot to be on top of the dugout there, running camera on that one. Hopefully it wasn't too close. Two and two a pitch. Fights another one off. See, Cooper is being able to, at least fight some of these pitches off, Jack. I mean, it's a little bit of progress from what earlier in the game they were swinging and missing an awful lot.
Plus, second time through, you get another look at a pitcher, and that helps a little bit. But I think, I think they might be a little bit more aggressive on their approach to their hitting.
Pitch was way outside. A wild pitch will move Freitag to second.
So you've got a quality at bat going for Adams. I think this will be her ninth pitch that she's going to see.
And again, fouls went away. So she's on it pretty good in terms of timing these pitches.
I used to have a pitcher that would tell me, I don't know if I should stay in here anymore. They're following it straight back. They're right on my fastball. And that's kind of what's going on here a little bit. Not that Kopishki needs to be out of the game.
To first, juggled by Spencer, and she's not going to have time to make a play. Here's the throw to the plate, not in time, and Cooper is on the board as Freitag alertly comes around to score. So Kennedy committing its first error, and it'll cost them a run.
Number 2, lightning in a bottle,
Emma Jennings will be the hitter. Another look at this ball hit down to first, and it really bounced a long way away from Spencer, and then flipping when she really should have just held that ball. And coming in to score there is Freitag.
You really have to credit Adams with a really good at-bat. Get for those game changer people out there that may be scoring. A QAB is in her calling.
And now Spencer will make up for it, catching the liner by Jennings. So the Hawks done in the fifth. They do get a run, though, their first run. One run, one hit. There was one Kennedy error and one left aboard. Through 5, it's 5-1 Kennedy.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire. This is Smokey.
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay. Yeah. Hey, Smokey, catch.
Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
So Cooper now on the board. They trail at 5-1 with a couple innings to go here as we get set for the top half of inning number 6. Carissa Wheeler, Ava Morabito, and Courtney Kopishki, the 8-9-1 hitters scheduled to come up for Kennedy here against Laura Biener. Carissa reached on an error the first time up and struck out last time. And kind of an interesting game. You know, there was a little bit of time early in the game when it kind of felt like maybe Kennedy would walk away with this one a little bit after they scored that 5 runs in the second. But Cooper's kind of chipped away. They've started to have better at-bats, and last time
Biener's
getting
thrown
a run.
well. You know, she's kept him in the game, right? And
yeah. Yeah, it's a team game. I mean, you don't.
That's right.
If you're the pitcher, you're not gonna. You know, it might not be thrilling when you see an error behind you, but it's all part of it. They, as I said, the fielders don't yell at her when she gave up a home run either. So you have to look at it both ways. Pop-up caught there as Adams gets to it. Wheeler is out to begin the 6th, and Morabito will hit now for Kennedy, and she's been solid today with 2 singles and 2 trips.
She's the coach's dream. Excuse me, coach's dream right now. 2 for 2, 9-hitter.
First pitch over for a strike. Just outside with that one, 1-1 now. Well, Biener would certainly like to get this out so she doesn't have to face Kopishki with anybody on base. But Morabito, as we said, has proven to be a little bit of a tough out. Smacked foul into the backstop.
For a number 9 hitter, Morabito's worked the count each time up at bat. So you got to be pretty appreciative of somebody that you put in your number 9 slot and can have such quality at bats against a pitcher who's has 9 strikeouts through 5 innings.
Took that one for a ball. Count will run full here to the Eagles catcher. 1 out in the top of the 6th. Their team up 5-1. Taken for ball 4, so Morabito on for the 3rd consecutive time.
You got to wonder, hands starting to get a little chilly. You know, temperatures dropping since, as you said earlier, from the beginning of the game. That kind of you're trying to throw inches inside or outside at 43 feet, and so hands start freezing a little bit. That can affect your accuracy for sure.
Now, it's not as important as the pitcher's hands, but the announcer's hands are getting cold. I can tell you that right now, keeping the scorebook. You got gloves. You're smarter than I am, Jack.
I'm not going to go that far.
Taken for a ball, a little flip to first, but back in easily there is Morabito. Kopishki, if you're just joining us, had the big hit of the game, a grand slam on the 2nd inning. It helped stake them to that 5-0 lead. That's a strike on the inner part of the plate. 1-2 now. Biener leaving that one up high. think we may see a runner come in at first base here. Yes, we will. Alana Miller will run. Courtesy runner for the catcher.
Number 4 for the Eagles, Alana Miller.
I think probably as much as anything, it's to give her a little break and rest to go back out and catch this next inning. Not that they don't think Morabito's a good runner or anything like that. Here's a liner to short. Quirum makes the catch. Throw across for the double play. So they get the DP to get out of the inning here in the 6th. For Kennedy, no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on, courtesy of that double play. We go to the bottom of 6. It's Kennedy 5 and Cooper 1. Kennedy holding a 5-1 lead as we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Laura Biener, Olivia Thomas, Taylor Quirum, the scheduled batters here. And we're going to see a new pitcher for Kennedy as Brenna Kopishki will be the pitcher taking over for her sister here. So Courtney Kopishki will work the first 5. And now Brenna Kopishki coming on in relief. Brenna's pitched in 5 games, 0-0 with 1 save and a 2.00 earned run average. He's pitched 7 innings, no walks, 7 strikeouts. Has allowed 9 hits. Are you at all surprised with this move, Jack? Or?
Well, I am a little bit. However, considering the weather conditions, keeping Courtney out there, and she has lost a little bit of her accuracy, and I think possibly her velocity may be down a little bit as well.
Pitching number 5, Brenna Kopishki.
And the worst case, you can always bring her back if things get kind of in a dangerous situation for them.
So here comes Laura Biener.
Kicking off the home half of the 6th for your Cooper Hawks.
Getting set to hit.
Hammer, Laura Biener.
Keep in mind, we kind of made the quick assumption that her foot was just fine after that ball Biener hit last time. And it's possible that kind of tightened up or swelled up a little bit too. Biener is 2 for 2 today. She's had a couple of infield hits, both of them off the pitcher, off Courtney Kopishki's glove on the first one, off her foot on the second one. Taken for a ball here.
Hey, sometimes you bring in that new pitcher, different look, third time around for the hitter. So you do have maybe a little advantage goes to the pitcher.
There's a strike. Courtney Kopishki, by the way, is now playing at first base for the Eagles. Lifted back, foul and out of play.
That one's gone.
Yeah, they're not too easy to get at these days back there where they're working in the water tower. Takes that one low for a ball, so the count running full now to Biener here leading off the 6th. Drives this one out to left field. It's deep and it's off the fence about halfway up. And Biener will check in at second with a long double here to start the 6th. Couple of infield hits. One of them hit pretty hard, and that one was drilled to left. I thought it had a possibility of getting out of here.
Now this pitch gets up, and I thought it was gone. Beater put a good stroke on it.
Yeah, she did. Olivia Thomas now the hitter for Cooper, and she's probably glad to see Courtney Kopishki out of there. She struck her out twice. Now Brenna Kopishki will try an attack, and it's taken for a ball. I think Cooper, getting that run that last inning may be kind of big for them psychologically here. I think they feel like they're back in this one now.
And it hasn't been overly, their offense had three hits, although, one was a deflection. But, kind of give them a little, like you said, a little chance to believe in themselves. And we got one, now let's get a couple more, get back in this game.
Rip and a miss, and it doesn't hurt any to see your leadoff hitter in the sixth pound one nearly out of the park, too. A long double. Foul tip there. So Brenna Kopishki working back to even things up at 2-2 here against Thomas. Quirum waiting on deck here for Cooper as they try and mount a rally later in this game. Bottom of the sixth. Ooh, fouled off the mask there. Morabito says, yep, I'm just fine. Way up high and out of the zone with that one, so the count will run full now to Thomas. Brenna Kopishki laboring a little bit as she comes in here in the sixth and gives up that leadoff double, and now close to losing Thomas here. And that is ball four. So a couple runners aboard with nobody out here for Cooper. And Quirum will step up. First we're going to see a little conference as Morgan Garbrecht coming out, as well as head coach Jim Light. I think it's a spot, I don't know, you would know this better than I, Jack, but even though, like you said, you can bring the other starter back in, it's something you don't really want to have to do. And I don't think they are going to do it. I could be wrong.
Can you have two coaches out in the circle? I don't know the answer to this.
They're doing it. I guess I've never seen it, but
I haven't either.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to stick with Brenna.
Number 15, Taylor Quirum.
So Quirum was struck out both of her times at bat against the starter Courtney Kopishki, now facing Brenna Kopishki here with runners at first and second, nobody out. There's a strike. And Quirum chased that one up and out of the zone, and it's 0-2.
Quirum gave Kopishki a little help on that one.
Yeah, you come up in a spot like this and you just really want to come through as a batter. And
yes, you do.
Maybe get a little overeager. Liner, that's caught. Throw to first, though, is wide. And now the runner will go to third, and dancing off first there a little bit was Thomas. So out recorded on the line out, and then a throwing error will send the runner over to third. So a score to put out for 6 there, and then a throwing error allowing Biener to move up to third. So first and third, one out, and Amaya Enna will be the batter. Chopper to third. They're going to go to first with it. Out is recorded. Runner was going from first anyway, so obviously made second easily there, but they hold Biener at third. And so 2 outs now, and Claire Stromberg will be the hitter.
Claire Stromberg.
That one went about as well as could be hoped for Kennedy there. You get the clean play and also keep that runner at third. And it goes without saying, this is a pretty big hitter in this game. I mean, if she gets her out, the inning's done. They're still up 4. A base hit might score 2, and we'd be really tightened up. Stromberg popping at
Here
that
comes.
foul.
Not quite over to the booth.
Her hands are too cold to make it an attempt. I think I would have just got out of the way. Stromberg getting back in there. Takes that one low for a ball. And this one hit her, so Stromberg will be aboard. The base is full now for Cooper.
For your Hawks, number 10, laser beams and bullets, Emma Freitag.
So Freitag will step up. She had a single last inning and scored Cooper's only run so far, but a chance to add to that right now. Bases full, 2 outs. There's a strike. Dismissed with that one, 1-1.
How the tenor will change now, as he said. Base hit or a walk, pick up another run.
Foul tip on that one, and it's 1-2. Ooh, and a check swing there. 2-2.
Possibility that the catcher's struggle in catching that pitch might have cost them a strike.
To the left side, nice snare there, and
right,
firing
there they go.
across. Strong throw by Wheeler as she picked that one up. And they get the out, so Cooper threatens but doesn't score in the 6th. No runs, 1 base hit, 1 error committed by Kennedy, and they will leave 3 aboard. We have played 6 full. It's 5-1 Eagles.
Get it.
Get it. Get it.
Give your town a reason to celebrate, because every Goodwill item you bring home brings job training and more to your community. Goodwill, bring good home.
We head to inning number 7. It's definitely become blanket weather and winter coat weather here by the end of this one, as Kennedy leading at 5-1. They will hit here in the top of the 7th. Fierro, Allman, Baker, the 2-3-4 hitters scheduled against Laura Beener.
And you and I without either blanket or winter coat. Whatever happened to spring in Minnesota?
They're saying that this coming week is going to be kind of more of the same too. And yeah.
Well, it's important now that Cooper checks Kennedy if they're going to have any chance at all to come up with a tie or a win in the bottom of the 7th.
Taking us into the home stretch.
Fierro struck out her first 2 times up, and then last time reached on a fielder's choice. Squaring as if to bunt, takes it up high for a ball. And ball 2. It'll pop up. Oh, and hustling after it, just unable to grab it with Stromberg. Got a pretty good read on that ball because it wasn't hit very high. I just couldn't quite squeeze it. That would have been a heck of a play if she'd been able to get it.
Oh, that was so close. Good try.
Takes that one in the dirt. Three balls and a strike here to Fierro, leading off the 7th as Kennedy tries to add an insurance run or two here. Takes that one for a strike. Full count now. Fouling that one straight back. And a swing and a miss, and Fierro down on strike, so Beener wins the battle there. And Ohm will be the hitter.
Sammy Ohm.
Good pitch. And Beener has her 10th strikeout of the game.
And knocked to the left side. That one's going to be through for a hit as Ohm delivering her second base hit of this game. And so a runner on first base with one out, and Ellie Baker will be the hitter. Baker's had her struggles today, 3 straight strikeouts, but this time puts it in play, and it is caught. Wow, it looked like that one might be going to be a little too far and drop in, but Thomas made the catch. It was maybe kind of an optical illusion from our vantage point.
Well,
I thought
that wind pushed it down as well.
I thought for a moment that ball was going to land beyond her.
I thought they were going to start dancing out here.
Yeah, that's the other thing. They got the base runner to worry about, too. Next batter here is Brenna Kopishki, and she fouls it down the first base line. Brenna, now the pitcher for Kennedy, is 0 for 2 with a walk today. Takes that one low. Runner is going, and that throw is not going to be near the bag there, and stolen base for Ohm. That's something Cooper's probably going to need to shore up throughout the remainder of the season here. People looking like they can kind of run at will on him. Rip foul past third.
You certainly don't want to put a runner on first, and then the next pitch you're equivalent to a double. Creates additional stress on your pitcher, out your defense, everything kind of a negative.
Runner going again. Here's the throw, and tried to throw over the hitter, so Ohm is in safely at third.
I think there may have been a little confusion about coverage, and I'm not sure anybody yelled going.
That one's in the dirt, and here comes Ohm to the plate. She will be in safely on the wild pitch, so aggressive and quick base running by Ohm gets them in position, and there again Cooper, I think that's one where you feel like maybe this was a little more preventable if they had handled things a little bit better earlier in the inning. Taken low, and it's a ball 4 for Brenna Kopishki. She will walk for the second time today.
Number 21, Megan Foby.
And Megan Foby will be the batter here for the Eagles. See, she's been on all 3 times. Last time a base hit. Smack to short. Queerham up with it. Throws across in time. And the Eagles are done in the 7th. They do add 1 run, though. 1 run, 1 base hit. No errors and 1 left aboard. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It is 6-1 Kennedy.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Kennedy warming up here in the field as they lead it now 6-1 with that run in the top of the 7th. Cooper, one more chance. They've got the bottom of the order coming up, 8-9-1 spots. They got a run in the 5th, and they definitely threatened loading the bases in the 6th, but didn't get anything across. And so they'll have one more opportunity, and Kopishki, or the second Kopishki to pitch here, Brenna, had a little bit of a struggle in the 6th, but got out of it with no runs scored, and she will try and finish the game here in the 7th. Her sister, Courtney, pitched the first 5 and was real dominant early. I mean, if you had told me that she wouldn't finish this game by, at certain points earlier, I would have been surprised, but
pinch hitting for number 8, Cindy Dixon, is the 1-9, Emma. Say it with me, Zubich.
So we're going to see a pinch hitter to start the 7th. Emma Zubich, number 19, will bat for the Hawks and takes a strike. And luckily the PA announcer knows these Cooper girls, because with the jacket on, I would have no idea who this is batting. But puts it in play down to first. Courtney Kopishki will take it herself. And 1 gone here in the 7th. Olivia Adams will be the batter now for Cooper.
We must be adopting the fall softball rules. You can wear your coat when you come to bat now.
Yeah. Lifted up, a pop-up's going to be a tough one, and that one's going to drop in. Adams gets a bloop single there, as it kind of put in a tough spot. It looked like it maybe would be playable here for the second baseman, Baker, but she kind of backed up when she got a glimpse of her shortstop coming, and so it'll be a single, and Emma Jennings will bat. Way up high, throw down to first. Close play, but back in. Boy, that would not go over well with your coaches if you get picked off in that spot, right?
Be a long ride home.
In the dirt and gets away, and Adams will move up on the wild pitch. Another pop-up. This could be trouble as well. Nope, going to be caught this time as Baker more sure of herself on that one and goes out to make the grab. So 2 gone here in the 7th, and Laura Beener is the batter. And don't be too quick to put this one in the books just yet. Beener is 3 for 3 today, and last time nearly hit the ball out. It was about halfway up the fence in left field. I wonder if they might consider just walking her, at least being careful with her, although you don't really want to put another runner on in this spot either.
Yeah, when you're up by 5.
Yeah, you can afford to come right at her. That's true. Smack that one back foul into the backstop, so 1-1.
Beener has a good stroke. She's got stays on plane. If you look at her on her other at bats, she gets on plane with that ball really well, coming out of her stride.
And she's got a smooth swing, but swings hard, both. And she drills this one, and that'll be in for a hit, and will score a run. As Beener now 4 for 4, delivering an RBI single here in the 7th. Maybe my idea about pitching around her wasn't such a bad one after all.
Olivia Thomas.
Drilled this one, hard hit ball. And Olivia Thomas will be the hitter. Kicked around a little bit out there, but it didn't really affect play, so no error there as they held Beener at first. Throw down to first, and back in again is Beener.
Sometimes with a hitter like Beener, who has done a lot of damage during the game, you might try to pitch around her without doing the intentional walk.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll fish for a pitch.
Adams, a little soft roller up the middle, will go to first and get the out, and this one now is in the books for Kennedy as they will get the season sweep of Cooper. For the Hawks in the 7th, 1 run, 2 base hits, no errors, and 1 left aboard. So it is Kennedy winning this one by a score of 6-2 here over Cooper as they beat them 6-0 the first time around, and this time they get them 6-2. Boy, that one inning kind of told the tale here today, Jack.
It was the blitzkrieg inning. Everything happened, but prior to that and after that, Cooper held their own through this whole game.
Yeah, Courtney Kopishki hitting that grand slam in the 2nd inning, and she pitched the first 5 innings, allowing 1 run to get the win for Kennedy. And for Cooper, came on late. They struggled a little bit defensively, certainly, and that hurt them as well. So the final is 6-2, Kennedy over Cooper. Rain just starting to fall here. We'll get out quick. For Jack Tebow and all of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. So long from New Hope.